Greetings, everybody! Brizzy here. Welcome to CBTV's 60 subscriber video. We want to thank you for your gracious support, and so we came together and made this little beauty. Here is our top 60 video games that we played as we grew up. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we did making this. Alright, until next time, folks, see you later.
My top simulation game has to be Roller Coaster Tycoon. Although the sequels were good, the first one was iconic. Sandbox, you get to make roller coasters, and if you suck, you make a bunch of people vomit. Great game.
The Sim series. My first game controlling every detail of a person's life from scratch to a mansion. Finding a good job based on your education and everything in between makes this a great game series. Moving on to Survival Sandbox game series, we present to you 7 Days to Die, an epic alpha thus far allowing a player to begin their life in chaos amidst tons of zombies, and now with new marauders, and a new trading system, which makes this game a great game series, Conan Exiles. From being cut down from a cross, you get to start your survival empire by harvesting materials and building bases to breaking thralls and bending their will to do your bidding. Mixed into the Conan Exiled world makes this an epic game thus far. Ark. The best $20 game that allows for thousands of hours of gameplay, including taming tons of dinos and other creatures, while still being able to build an epic base mixed with survival aspects, makes this a great game series. Minecraft. Potentially the most important survival sandbox game to date, paving the way for all the other wonderful games mentioned so far to harvest and to craft tons of things, plus all the mods available to enhance the world in which you live in, allows for this game to be truly a legendary game.
One of the best racing games has to be Cruisin' USA / Cruisin' the World. With its narrow maps, arcade feel, endless upgrades to vehicles by paint color, makes it a great, exciting game. It was worth the shot back in the day.
Diddy Kong Racing, one of my personal faves. Choosing whom you wish to drive with to where you wanted to race and which type of transport you wanted, from car to plane to boat, makes this a great game.
Gran Turismo, one of the first simulated racing games, still great to this day. Can't wait for the next one to come out. Thousands of hours racing, upgrading. What's not to love?
Mario Kart. With the ability to smash your nemesis ahead or behind you while still racing, paired with the ability of choosing whom you wish to drive as and even upgrading your kart, makes this a great game.
Need for Speed franchise, the not so realistic racing game, where you get to tune up your car and avoid police. What's not to like?
Wave Racer. One of my first racing games for N64. Being able to race on water was always a dream of mine. Then, being able to choose different courses and upgrade your ride makes this an epic game of old.
Command & Conquer, as well with Red Alert. One of the original RTSs, one of my first experiences with a LAN party, going over to Brizzy's house and having a big game of Command & Conquer that would spend hours building armies and then trying to destroy each other. What a great time.
Lords of Magic, my first turn-based RTS, choosing whether to be a Fire Lord all the way to death riding a giant bat, then building an army and upgrading your cities and temples makes this an epic game. Spore, the first game to have you control your entire species from a single-celled organism and evolve into a space empire, ruling thousands of planets and traveling into the center of the galaxy, makes this a great game. StarCraft series, pitting 3 enemy races into a fight to the death across the cosmos and controlling all sides with each their own pros and cons, makes this a legendary game. Total War series. Total War takes turn-based RTS to a whole new level. Managing your cities while having the upkeep for the troops and conquering the world, that makes for an epic game series.
Warcraft, more importantly, Warcraft 3 was such a great RTS, not from the original game, but just the fact that there were so many mods and mini games that you could play online that truly made that game come alive. And I had a really good time playing it.
The Warhammer 40k series. From tabletop board game to the vivid life of CGI, this game takes the models to a whole new level, making this a great game.
The Battlefield franchise. What an FPS, with its massive maps, different vehicles you could play. Just really makes you feel like you're part of a battle. Epic game.
BioShock. I love how BioShock brought magical abilities to life by adding some science to their game. Running around solving puzzles and trying to help yourself, this makes for an entertaining game.
The Borderlands series. With its cartoon graphics, its interesting story, and the amazing loot system, makes it a great game.
Call of Duty. Do you wish to be a modern soldier yet add some fantasy to your life? Then I recommend this game series. Unlocking different gear depending on how much you play and increasing your levels, not to mention killing zombies, of course. Who doesn't want to kill zombies? That makes for a great game series. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Do you want to be a soldier squirrel? No? Then be an evil teddy that blows their heads off while holding the objective, capturing flags, and a bit of swearing on N64. That makes for a great game.
Counter-Strike series, one of the first competitive first-person shooter games with its realistic shooting, recoil, hitboxes, and damage, make it an awesome game. The Doom franchise, with its scary-looking monsters, its big-ass guns, unbelievable map designs, great game.
Duke Nukem. Feel like killing alien things with a bunch of different weapons you find? Then this is the game for you. It had crazy graphics for its time, and its signature Duke character makes this a phenomenal game. Far Cry, an FPS that brings vehicle maintenance to the screen as well as semi-open world that allows you to hunt down whom you want, when you want, while upgrading your weapons? That makes for an awesome game.
GoldenEye 007 for the N64. The original first-person shooter. You guys will never know, if you've never played the game, how hard it was to aim up and down. Trust me. Great game nonetheless. Half-Life franchise, with its amazing map design, unbelievable story, great puzzles to get through. Can't wait for the third one to come out.
Left 4 Dead. 4 people trapped in a zombie movie must make it out alive, otherwise they'll be left for dead. Now, with its unique plots and zombies, this is a great game series. Portal. Being able to go through a portal to solve issues is an epic concept. However, not being able to go from point A to Z, now that is a good game. Splinter Cell series. I love how covert you need to be in this series. It's not just a bust in guns blazing type game like most FPS out there. Covertly find your gear and get better at sneaky, or you're a dead snake.
The Guild Wars series, in my opinion, is one of the best MMORPGs to have ever come out. With their in-depth storyline, their not so big emphasis on leveling, their in-depth builds, and subscription-free game, it's a must-try.
Lineage 2. One of my first great MMORPGs I've ever played. You start off as a low-level character, allowing you to change your class and then infusing a soul to enhance your gear. Not to mention, one of the first games I knew of to have an actual mount in the game makes this a great game. Ragnarok. Truly an epic game, one which you choose your class from a novice to a knight or sniper, for example, then being able to ascend into a super version of that class with all the hunting for cards and everything in between makes this an epic MMORPG.
What can I say about World of Warcraft that hasn't been said already? If you don't know what it is, then you've been living under a rock for the last, 12 years? 13 years? Go try it if you haven't, but it's an awesome game.
Now let's bring in some of our favorite role-playing games, like Baldur's Gate. One of the first RPGs that allowed you to build your party to how you wanted, not some predestined party like other games, for example, Final Fantasy. Also, if somebody died, they're gone, man. They're gone. Now that makes for an interesting game series. I'm Batman! Batman series are so fun. Who doesn't want to be Batman? Seriously. With all his gadgets and his symbolic ride. Oh, kicking butts and taking names for this Dark Crusader means this is a legendary game series.
Chrono Cross. This great old school RPG had a great story, great crafting system, and a new game plus, which made the game great a second playthrough. You should check it out if you ever have the chance. The Crash Bandicoot series. Great platformer from PlayStation. Just great level design, great story. Can't wait for the remake.
The Diablo series. Greetings, Nephilim. If you want to have half angelic and half demonic abilities, then this RPG is for you. Also, who doesn't want to take on Hell's army, then kill the King of Hell, or Queen? Now, choosing different classes and having only a chance to find the Omega gear that you are looking for, that makes for a great game.
The Donkey Kong franchise. What's not to love about a couple monkeys jumping from platform to platform on these amazing maps that are just fun and witty to play? You should check it out if you haven't already, and I can't believe if you haven't. Great game.
Dragon Warrior Monsters is a game where you go into portals to different lands, battling your way back home, while hoping to tame most of the creatures you fight along the way. Makes this an epic game for Game Boy.
Earthworm Jim. What a great old school platform RPG. Just nostalgia factor, but it was a great game when it came out. Can't wait for another one if they ever decide to make one.
Elder Scrolls. Who doesn't enjoy wielding electricity or fire from your palms? Or becoming invisible, for example. Or being able to become a hitman, or even a thief if you so wish, while battling the Hell's Daemons makes this a great game.
The Final Fantasy series. What can I say? I need to make a video just on Final Fantasy series, just to tell you how much I love Final Fantasy. To be perfectly honest. Just pick one up and play one, I guarantee you're gonna love it.
Grand Theft Auto series. The name says it all. Steal vehicles of all varieties while killing or robbing anybody in the way. Truly a lawless yet great virtual game.
The Hitman series. I love the fact that you can assassinate somebody so many different ways. The replay value is just insane. Everybody's always wondered what it would be like to be a hitman.
Kingdom Hearts. One of my favorites. Now, combining the worlds with Final Fantasy type gameplay, mostly open world I mean, while solving puzzles and unlocking better gear, all to save the Disney universe, makes this a good series. Last Remnant takes Final Fantasy in a different direction. Every choice changes the future. Do you want to be a physical or mystical focused? Why not both? The party member need better gear? Well, go find the materials for it and they'll do it themselves. That is a good game, man.
Legends of Dragoon. This old school RPG had a fantastic story. Graphics at the time were pretty good. Though it was a little buggy here and there, it was still a great game to play. Little Big Planet series. With its customizable main characters, unbelievable levels, level design creator, awesome community online. What a great game.
Lord of the Rings series. From the books to the screen, between hobbits, wizards, elves, dwarves, men combined with trolls, orcs, and goblins. Whom would you be? Now try them all in this series while leveling and getting better gear. This is an epic tale of a great game series. The Pokemon series. Get out there and catch them all in a ball. Then stick them on your belt, because if somebody wants to battle, you better have the monsters to do the fighting for you in this epic game series.
Resident Evil. With its pretty decently hard gameplay, great level design, and creepy story, made it a pretty decent game.
Spyro! Who doesn't want to be a dragon shooting flames from her mouth? Now, solving riddles and puzzles to unlock more dragon worlds made this a great game series.
Super Mario. Who hasn't played Super Mario? What's not to love about jumping around on platform to platform, beating up mushrooms and plants, shooting fireballs, and having a little raccoon tail? Awesome series. I don't know what else to say about it. Tomb Raider, the reboot we're talking about. Although I just started playing it with its amazing action, great level design, amazing graphics. It's so far an amazing game. I can definitely see it on my top 60, if not my top 25.
Hey, listen! Zelda. I love how you start in a tree, then find your way to save the realm in these series. Take your sword and slingshot and do battle on Epona. The horse, yeah. Now that is a great game series, man. And now for the honorable mentions of the fighting genre. I know, we've named 60 already. However, we haven't named anything in the fighting genre, such as Mortal Kombat. Now, sitting up all hours of the morning, fighting friends with different combos from different characters to different characters made this a great game series. I love Sub-Zero.
Just like to give an honorable mention to Street Fighter. Although I didn't play many fighting games, it was one I did and it was very good and is still one of the top fighting games today. Well guys, if you made it this far, that's it. That's our top 60 games from CBTV. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below some of your favorites, some of your not so big favorites. Love to hear from you. As always, please subscribe. We always love the support to the 60 subscribers we currently have. Thank you very much from Brisnar and Craigie. We really do appreciate it. Until next video, have a good time, guys.